I'm going to share with you all a story about Anthony. This story starts back in 2011 when I first started working at Union. Anthony was a graduate of Mile High that year, and even though he was fun and awesome, Union wasn't the right fit for him. So he decided to go to community college in Denver and just enjoy life and his family in Denver. I followed him on Facebook and his sister on Instagram, so I kind of kept tabs on him, but we really didn't have any interaction. A couple weeks ago, I got an application for him, and I was really excited because I actually know this kid. So I called him right away, and we talked about the application process, and then we got to the fun part of the conversation, which is why he wants to study at Union and why he chose this certain degree program. And for Anthony, he decided that he wanted to study theology. So I was incredibly interested in hearing his story about how he was called. And it was so good that I wanted just to share it with you all. I asked him to text me his story. So here it goes. The devil put so much fear and doubt into my heart that I felt like I didn't deserve God's grace. Although I was openly living in a lot of sin, he still pressed upon my heart to turn my life over to him. Luckily, he has blessed me with a very loving and supportive family that never gave up on me. Midway through the summer, push came to shove, and I just knew I had to surrender everything to God, which was a lot: drugs, alcohol, sexual immorality, and not making any excuses or blaming God for loss in my life. I found myself on my knees just asking God to come into my heart and change me from the inside out. Ever since then, I've been praying every day and reading my Bible morning and night. My relationship with God, my family, and my friends has changed dramatically, and I've never felt so fulfilled and happy. About 2 weeks ago, I felt just on fire to want to work for God and just prayed super hard that it be God's will and not my own. I decided to meet with my pastor about getting baptized again, and before I could even say a word, he talked for 2.5 hours about how God led him to become a pastor. Ever since the first time I've prayed about it, God has blessed me with this assurance that it's my calling. Many people, unlikely people, people who didn't even really know me, have told me how amazing of a pastor I'm going to be, and it just feels so comforting. I still have a long walk ahead of me, but I feel very warm and comforted inside because I know Jesus is right next to me holding my hand. I love stories like this. It's the long recruit. And it just shows me that God has a purpose for these students, that He never gives up. And I'm so happy that I work for a place like Union that offers students a vocation in ministry.